Welcome to the all-new Kellyanne Cares podcast, your go-to resource for personal growth, productivity, and creating a business and life that align with your purpose. I'm Kelly, a multi-passionate entrepreneur, and I am obsessed with helping women and brands get organized, stay inspired, and achieve lasting success. Whether you're pivoting your business, launching a new idea, or seeking more wellness and structure in your day, this podcast is made for you. Life is short. Invest in yourself, take bold action, and put in the work to make your dreams a reality. It's time to fuel your mind, grow your brand, and transform your life. Today's episode starts now. Hello. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Kellyanne Cares podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman, and today I'm going to show you how you can leverage your LinkedIn in 2026. So get whatever you need to take notes, and I'm going to dive right in. But first, this morning it was snowing in Las Vegas. Now the sun is out and it's 20 degrees warmer. I don't know what is happening. Okay. So, as you may or may not remember, I launched this podcast as the Happy Workaholic Podcast, a show for your business, LinkedIn, and life with an autoimmune disease. So I may know a thing or two about LinkedIn. I have been using LinkedIn for more than a decade, and LinkedIn has closed the biggest deals out of my career through DMs, helped me close those deals through DMs. So when it comes to networking, pitching, branding, updating, strategizing, sales, marketing, all the things, I am going to share with you exactly what you need to know so that you can use it to your best advantage. Okay? Are we ready? Let's dive in. Picture must be something that looks like you are an approachable person. Of course, professional. Have a smile on your face. Look like you actually want to talk to people on the internet. Your header, your profile photo on the top. The image that goes horizontal, that should represent who you are, what you do, your business, your brand, what you're selling, what you're marketing, the company you work for. You can switch it all the time like I do because you always want to keep things in rotation, always have a constant strategy, always be selling, and have a purpose, right? So if you update your photo, it's going to notify your network. If you update your bio, any of your experiences, all of these things I'm very strategic with. And when I want to focus on selling my coloring books or my books, that is obviously going to be my header image. So if you are working for a corporation, have their brand, their logo, or maybe something that makes sense to the position that you have, okay? In your bio, your title, let's start with the title first. I can't remember how many characters, but it'll stop you. I think it's like a little bit under or over 200, 220. I forget, but I don't even have my laptop with me right now. You want to make sure that it shows who you are, what you do, and a call to action. Always, always, always. Now, if you're in a creator mode on LinkedIn, you're allowed to put a link. So I actually have my link tree there so that somebody can approach me. They can follow my DMs, me online, buy my books, like everything they need to know. They can also come to my website, but I like to use Linktree everywhere for my link in bio because everything they need to know is there. My programs, my products, my services, my website, my podcast, like literally everything is in my Linktree, and Linktree is free. So why not utilize that? And then you can give it your own name. So I put links in store or something like that. Next up, you're going to want to have an about section. That is actually your bio. So a short and sweet, who it is, what you do. Mine comes directly from my website. I always have a call to action at the end. My name, my email, my phone number, send me a DM. I always want to keep people on the platform as much as I possibly can, but a lot of people just like to email. Excuse me. Unfortunately, with all of the like LinkedIn Navigator and all the sales tools and all the AI and everything that people use now, I get a million emails from people just coming from my LinkedIn, which is fine. Excuse me, half I ignore, but I just like to have my info there anyway for the normal person that uses it correctly. Like I just like a good call to action every single platform I'm on. So the same goes for LinkedIn. It shows top skills. That's actually an area where people recommend, like, I don't even know who's done it lately because they're so old. Mine's like over a decade old, where it shows like events, marketing, private aviation, yacht charter, like literally makeup, everything I'm doing now. Like people will endorse you for these things. And those are your top skills that are there as well. Then there comes a area where there's featured room. So what goes there are posts that you want. For me, it's always my newsletter posts that go out to my entire network and in their inbox, which I'll get to next, which is why you need a LinkedIn newsletter. And I always have those featured, or if there's something I'm promoting, or if there's something I'm selling and I really want to sell a lot of and I want to get the word out. So many people come to my profile each and every day. So if it's featured, they'll see it right there. But if you have a post, if you're looking for a job, you can have anything featured right there and it will ask you, do you want a newsletter? Do you want a post? So you can have that section and absolutely take advantage of that. Your activity. Now, if you work for a corporation and you don't want them to see what you're doing, make sure that you're not liking, reposting, and doing all the things, because that goes under your activity. For example, say you work for Coca-Cola and you keep promoting Pepsi posts. That's a problem. They will see it. That also is easily accessible on the bottom because it will show who you follow. So make sure that you know that all of that information is public, okay? The next section is your experience. Now, I'm very strategic in this section. Now, most people use this as like their resume section, right? Like who they've worked for how long, all of that. What a lot of people miss out on is adding all of the media links, all the titles. I switch it up. I actually use this section under the experience as my programs. So when I am launching something, I add it under experience so it will immediately be launched and shared to my entire network of almost 5,000 or 6,000 people on LinkedIn immediately. And it will ask, do you want to share this to your network? Absolutely. And as soon as they congratulate you on your new job experience or whatever you have there, they are in your DMs. That is when you say, thank you so much. Here's the link. And however you want to word that. So for example, on your birthday, every year on my birthday is the anniversary of this podcast. So I always do a big show or something in celebration, or I do a big giveaway, or I launch something new, like a program, a product, a service. So when somebody comes into my DMs on LinkedIn and they're saying, happy birthday, I'm like, thank you so much. To celebrate, I'm doing this, and here's the link. You're immediately going to get sales. They're already in your inbox. This is how I made $18,000 in one day, okay? Now, next, you want to have your education. So whatever schooling, you can have that there. Your skills. This is also where people will endorse you. And I think you can have 100. I think it says like 99 plus. None of this has been updated for me in forever, literally years. They just sit there. So I don't really know like why that's still there. But then the recommendations part is next. And that's really, really important. I just asked for 2 or 3 new recommendations from clients that are already on like Facebook and my website, but I wanted them on LinkedIn. So I'm like, can you just go and like copy and paste your review, put it back on LinkedIn? They're like, yeah, of course. So I love getting those recommendations because they also go out to your network. And it's also a great place for people to see like who you are, what you do, and how you work. You know what I mean? Like that's your review section, which I love. Publications, if you've ever been in a magazine, on a podcast, I have all of my press and anything I can add there, and I'm constantly updating it. I'm actually going to be in another magazine in probably 3 or 4 weeks, so I will put that there, and I'm really excited about that. The next section is honors and awards, so anything that you have can go there. I have a few things there as well. And then your interests. So that is who you follow, what you like, and all of that stuff. Now, if you have a premium account, I think it's $60 or $70 a month, which to me is insane. I have one right now because I'm doing the free trial, which I strategically did, and I knew it was going to come once I sat on LinkedIn for a few hours and updated my entire life, my profile, my experiences, my company page, and all of that. So the people you may know is underneath, so that's a great place to research. But all the analytics, they're private to you. You could see your profile views, you could see your impressions, you can see the search appearances, all of that section. You can add some of that to your profile too, but also when you have LinkedIn Premium, you have more access to that. You can see who's really looking at your profile. So if you want to be really strategic, just as I was, take a couple hours. First of all, I always have a notebook. I write everything down, what I want to do. Then I open up my laptop and I go on LinkedIn and I make all of my changes. But I'm very strategic about it. So when I know I'm ready to launch something, my profile needs to be in tip-top perfect shape before I go and make that announcement. I don't want any half-ass or typos or any of that shit, or not a pretty photo or any of that when I'm about to launch something, because I'm immediately asking people, come to my page, and then it's going to look half-assed. No, I want it to be perfect. So I spend hours making sure that I dot my I's and cross my T's and whatever that saying is, and I make sure it's good to go before I start pushing out all these announcements and newsletters and traffic and all of the things, telling people, come to me. They see who I am, how I am, what am I doing, like what am I selling, and what's happening in my life. So everything that I put on the internet usually goes there. And I'm an open book. So I will share TikToks there, Instagrams there, stories there. Like I really actually miss LinkedIn Live and stories. I used to get a lot of traffic, but it just didn't work out. But moving on to traffic and how you can get more of it to your actual LinkedIn profile, you need a LinkedIn newsletter. Now, I always say you don't own social media and you always need your own email list, which I have. I'm no longer using Substack. There's a million reasons why. But I do have my MailChimp that has a couple thousand people on there. But right now, I really wanted to focus on LinkedIn for a couple months. So I am just writing on LinkedIn. The best part about a LinkedIn newsletter is that it goes to the inbox to the people that never sit on LinkedIn, which is amazing. Everybody's running around. Most people aren't, especially if they're working for a corporation and they're not in sales and marketing and they just have a LinkedIn because they need to have it because of their job or they're like networking or whatever. They're not on the app, but they'll get your newsletter in their inbox, in their email, which is so amazing because you'll always be top of mind. I send out newsletters like 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes 4, depending on like what's happening in my world. But I love connecting with people that way. So that will get them back on the app, in your inbox, in your DMs. So definitely take advantage of the newsletter. I love that it immediately goes to the inbox and you'll get an alert on the phone. So if I send a newsletter on LinkedIn out right now, you'll get an alert, just like a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok alert on your phone saying Kellyanne Cares just published a newsletter. So you can click it and read it. Or if you don't have the notifications turned on, it will again be in your inbox, like in your personal email, which is amazing. So you're never missing out on traffic or sharing your message with the world. Now, before I move on to business pages, more of the newsletter and my specific strategies, I just wanted to share a brand that I came across and I got their product in my hand and I've personally tried it. Not me, my best friend Stadler, and that is called My Wizzy Fizzies. This is a genius product, okay? If you have a toddler or you know anybody with a toddler and you're potty training, you need to have this product. And all you need to do is go on my TikTok shop and grab it. I will put the link in the show notes. They're little stars. It almost looks like it's chalk. It kind of looks like it's chalk and it like dissolves. They're all different colors. So the toddler runs to the toilet, does what they need to do, and they throw a colored star in there. So it's like, yay, I won, like motivates them, inspires them to go more, and then ditches the diapers, right? I love this product so much, and I tested it out with my best friend's toddler, and he was like mixing the colors and making a rainbow. So a lot of stars went MIA, but they went where they needed to go. And I'd say he's maybe like 70% done with the potty training. I don't know, but definitely check out this product. I love it, love it, love it so much. And then also, if you are a content creator, a small business owner, an entrepreneur, and you use the internet to promote your program, products, or services, you absolutely need to be using 100% repurpose.io. I talk about this tool all of the time because I've been using it for like 6 or 7 years now. And it takes your content and puts it on every other platform within minutes. For example, I post something on TikTok. You're always going to see it on YouTube, on Pinterest, on Instagram Reels, on Facebook Reels, and wherever else on LinkedIn where I share it. You choose where you want your content to go. My podcasts go to YouTube. My TikToks go to YouTube Shorts. It will save you so much time, money, and energy. You need that. You need that in your life. And I have a 2-week free trial, so you can try it out right now. All you need to do is head to the show notes and click the link. It's 2 weeks free. You can totally try it out. Ask me any questions if you have any. Like, it takes 5 minutes to set up, and it's going to save you, again, so much time, money, and energy. Now, speaking of saving time, money, and energy, another app I'm obsessed with, which I'm sure you already know, is Fetch Rewards. I have not spent $1 of my own money on Amazon in months, probably 6 months, because I am constantly sharing my code for Fetch Rewards and constantly scanning my receipts on Fetch Rewards. And when you do that, you get points, and those points get redeemed into gift cards. Those gift cards just bought me a brand new printer at Best Buy. They're going to get me a brand new laptop at Best Buy. And I do all my grocery shopping and buy all these random things on Amazon with my Fetch Rewards money. I have not spent my own dollars on Amazon since the spring. That's how much money I make from Fetch Rewards, and you can too. So download Fetch Rewards, use my code FUF9B. Again, it will be in the show notes. Start sharing your code, start scanning your receipts, and if you're so annoyed by doing that, which a lot of my friends are, you can actually sync all your favorite stores like Albertsons, Walmart, Target, Amazon. It does it digitally as well, but you have to share your code. That's when you get the most points. Thousands and thousands of points. Get your Fetch Rewards right now. Use my code FUF9B. You'll start off getting a couple thousand points, 2,000 to 4,000, depending on when you sign up. And start sharing your code, scanning your receipts today, and it will save you so much time, money, and energy. And you're going to be shopping for free. Like, what is better than that? Now, let's dive back into LinkedIn. If you have a business, you need a business page. Now, I'm still testing this theory out. I'm getting a lot of traffic to my business page, so I want to make sure that everything is up to date there, which it is. So again, when you fill out your business page, you want to have your profile photo, you want to have an image, you want to have an about section, you want to have a call to action. I post my newsletters in there just to see like traction-wise, but I'm specifically and constantly showing up in these search engines thousands and thousands and thousands of times because I'm constantly refreshing it and I want to be top of mind. So when people are searching for something, I'm very specific with keywords. Right now, I'm really pushing out business and LinkedIn strategies on my LinkedIn, but also private aviation and yacht charters because I'm back in that bubble again. So I'm working with a lot of brands and I'm on that platform a lot. Networking. Now, if you want any specific strategies on how to find people and how to pitch people, I would highly recommend setting up a one-on-one call with me. They're currently on promotion right now, so you get $100 off if you click the link in my show notes or just message me anywhere online and be like, I need a one-on-one strategy call with you, like immediately. It's $100 off. Just because you're listening to this episode, I know that you're ready to put in the work. So I'm taking off $100 just for you. So I will school you on all of my favorite strategies on how to pitch and make the big bucks utilizing LinkedIn starting now, how you find the people you need to know, how to pitch them, when to do it, how to update your profile, even more strategies. Book a one-on-one call with me. And I'm telling you, you will never regret this one-on-one time with me because I usually go above and beyond because that's just me. Meaning you're not going to get 60 minutes. It's probably going to be 90 minutes. We're going to be best friends by the time the call is over. And this also goes for corporations. If you are listening to this episode right now and you are working for a company that has a sales team, a marketing team, and you need to be schooled on LinkedIn, I'm your girl. Leverage Your LinkedIn is something that I created for corporations as well as individuals. It's a whole entire program I have that I hop on a Zoom with all of you and I help you get shit done. That's it. There's a big Q&A at the end. You can read more about it at leverageyourlinkedin.com and I will again put that in the show notes. But I just want to reiterate how important it is to have a LinkedIn newsletter because you can constantly reshare it to any other platform as well as LinkedIn itself, to your company pages, but it's going to go into an inbox and you can see your conversions and your stats and all of the things. So you want to be really specific and strategic when you are updating your profile as well as sending out newsletters and most importantly, your experience. Always have a call to action on any area and make sure I have a million things in my notes section, as I'm sure you do, but when I was talking about being specific and strategic when you launch something or when you update your experience section, you want to make sure that you have something that you can copy and paste in your DMs I always address the person, and then I go to my notes section and I copy and paste that. So for example, it's my birthday. Everybody says happy birthday, and you get like a million messages into your inbox. What I have already in my notes is, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be celebrating 9 years of the Kellyanne Cares podcast. Go download the latest episode. Right now, I have a big surprise for you. I'm driving traffic to my show. Or I could say, thank you so much. I'm celebrating half off all my books right now. Click the link, grab yours now. Selling books. See what I'm saying? Always be strategic and make sure it's personable. I can't even tell you how many DMs I don't answer because it's all AI. And I just really miss like human interaction, and that shit drives me nuts. So I just don't even answer you. But what I do really, really love is the voice memo app, the microphone in the DM. So I can actually send voice messages, and it really gives you a little bump in the algorithm. I want to talk to a human person. I want to do business with you. Then I want to hear your voice. I don't want to do your 15-minute consult that takes 15 minutes out of my day that does nothing for me because you sent me an AI generated bot message. Like, I don't care. I will never do business with you. I know that's probably how you get leads, but if you looked at my profile, you would notice that none of this has anything to do with me. Thank you for your time, but like, don't waste any more of it. You know what I mean? Like, I just miss like real human interaction, and I'm trying so hard to regain that momentum on my LinkedIn, which I think is why I wanted to sit down and do this episode like after I took like a solid month of like what I was doing, implementing my strategies and all of this, after I updated everything, not only my personal profile, but my business page, and see how it was coming back like into the search engines and my stats and all of that. And it's working. I really miss like human interaction, like real human beings. Like, there's just so many AI generated answers like on bots. So I don't know. It's frustrating, but also what you need to know is that you just need to be yourself, because people will see right through you. And that's another reason why I really like to send the voice memos, because people will hear your voice, you're genuine, especially when it comes to like researching and networking. You want to make sure that before you pitch someone, you're doing your research. See what they're all about. Go to their TikTok, go to their Instagram. They're going to know that you took time to get to know them a little bit more before you pitch them, and they're going to appreciate that. I know I do. And I know when I get about 100 emails a week for people asking me to be on the podcast, they've never even listened to the podcast, because they would know that for the last 2 years, I have not had one guest on. I've been a solo show again. So your generation of AI emails coming to me 3-4 times a week with the same pitch, it's not going to work. I'm not even going to answer you. And so that's like super frustrating, but you want to make sure that you're also utilizing all the tools that LinkedIn gives you, like the newsletter I keep talking about, and repurpose your content over and over again. You never know who needs to see that, right? That's why repurpose.io is so important. But also when you're going on LinkedIn, you could do it from the app on your phone. I'm constantly reposting my newsletters that make sense, because I know not everybody has seen it. You can constantly repurpose stuff over and over and over again. You know what I mean? And you always want to make sure that you have a great message as a follow-up, because not only are these people, like the example I just gave you, like not only are these people that are pitching me to be on this podcast you're listening to right now, they send 3 or 4 follow-up emails, but they're also so unprofessional. So make sure your follow-up is personable and professional and like makes sense. Again, this is why doing your research on that person is so important, or brand, right? Because if something happened to them personally and maybe they had shared on their Instagram and you're in their inbox on LinkedIn, like over and over again, like they're going to be like, what are you doing? You know, like not necessarily, they're not going to think that you're supposed to do the research, but it would be nice like that you did. You know what I mean? Something that I wouldn't do, a few things I wouldn't do is, again, let me just reiterate, like this AI response shit, like it sucks. Like it sucks to be receiving it because you just want to deal with like a normal person and not a bot, right? You want to connect and pitch in a genuine way, and you don't want to do it immediately. And it's okay to deny connections also. I have removed and denied at least 200 connections over the last couple of weeks because I'm getting so much traction on my page, right? Because I've been spending so much time over there. All these people want to connect with me, but the first thing they want to do is tell me how to strategize my YouTube channel or promote my podcast or, I don't want those connections. I don't want that service. So it's okay to not accept a connection, and then it's going to fuck up your algorithm, and you don't want that either. You want true, genuine connections that are there to connect with you and not automatically pitch you with something that doesn't even make sense. That shit is so annoying. I take my business very seriously, and it's very personal to me. It's like my child, right? So I expect people to do research when they want to come on my show or they want to work with me, because I do the same for them. That's just how I've always been. That's how I've worked. That's how I've closed the biggest deals out of my career on LinkedIn. It's just what has always worked for me. So I think it's really important for me to share that with you. And also posting and ghosting. I like to do this sometimes on platforms, but if you really want to show up and get good quality connections and conversations going, you want to make sure that you post and not ghost, and go to other people's pages so that they can see that you're looking. And that's where the relationships start. And that's when you can start to nurture and grow them. And talk to people on their posts, because you're going to show up. That's the best thing about LinkedIn. It's like the old Facebook algorithm. People will see you, be like, oh my God, what does this person do? I want to connect with them. And then that's how conversations start. And then maybe that's how deals get done. But you never know. One of the other things, whenever there is something that they're promoting, like on Instagram and Facebook, and there's banners that you can have open to work, or I just put mine on so that I'm top of mind, like, hey, I'm available to work, you can hire me. So it's not necessarily like I'm looking for a corporate job, but it shows up more in the search engines and the algorithm. So I put mine on Monday, I think it was. So I had the most traction I've had on my page in a couple weeks, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So I can keep commenting on that and people will see, you know what I mean? So you want to just make sure that you are strategic, you're writing everything down, you're taking time to research people. And again, if you want any more tips, tricks, strategies, you want a one-on-one call with me, $100 off for you right now because you're listening to this episode. Just follow me, message me online. You can shoot me an email, go to my website, whatever you need to get done. If you're working for a corporation and your entire team needs a one-on-one for LinkedIn, let me tell you, those are my favorite team calls. So all you need to do is sign up for Leverage Your LinkedIn, and I'm just really, really excited to offer that service again. I took a little break from it, but now that I'm back on LinkedIn full force, I'm like, oh my God, I'm ready to go. I'm so excited. And a lot of people are scared about LinkedIn. I don't know why. They think it's so professional and whatever. I'm the same person on LinkedIn as I am anywhere else in the internet, especially on my show. So I could never, I don't know, a lot of people are so much more serious there. And I'm like, no, I need to be myself. That's how I've always done business. It's how I roll. It's just, I don't know. Can we talk about how the sun is shining in my room right now? And it was just snowing this morning. I still can't get over it. Anyway, that is my jam-packed, short and sweet episode, all things LinkedIn. And if you want to know more about job search, researching, networking, more on the newsletters, very, very specific strategies, how to pitch, seriously, book a call with me. You will not regret it. I have so much fun on these calls, and you will too. And you're going to take away so much more information than you did from this super short episode. And again, if you want me to do a quick little profile audit once you've updated everything, just send me a message and we can hop on a call and do that together. But this is your Leverage Your LinkedIn in 2026 episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please head on over to the review section wherever you're listening to this podcast right now, because I have a gift for you. I am giving you a copy of my book, Everything is Messy, along with my customizable Microsoft Excel document that I use every first of the month to track all of my numbers in business and life. And it's yours for free as well. Plus my book, Everything is Messy. All you have to do is leave a review for the podcast, screenshot it so I see it, and I will send you a copy of my book, plus my customizable Microsoft Excel doc right now for free. Just for you leaving a review and listening to this episode, because I'm so grateful for you. And if you want to know about all the other things that I'm working on and all the other brands I'm currently loving, the links will be in the show notes, like my Procera Dose of Glow. It's my vitamin C serum. It will brighten, tighten, and hydrate your skin all at once. I've been using it for over a year. I'm completely obsessed with it. Or my La Belladonna, which is my clean beauty line. I have some other companies I'm working with soon, which I will be announcing very shortly. So make sure you connect with me on the internet. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Everything is Messy and Kellyanne Gorman Official, which is everywhere else as well. But thanks again for listening. Book a call with me if you want to learn anything else about LinkedIn right now to get your discount. And please make sure you head on over to wherever you're listening to the show, the review section. Leave me a review, screenshot, and tag me right now so I can send you a copy of my book and my Excel document. Okay, that's it. Gotta go. Bye.